Alright, so this is my recap video of today, Magnet Fisherman Clarence Circle. So I got this pole. It's just a metal pole of some sort, and then there's another metal pole, and that belongs to a fence, so it's a fence pole. And then I got a girl's purple and silver Next bike, so not name brand or anything. Of course it's trash, so it's going in for scrap. And then this, I gotta call Terra Electrics because this came off of their telephone line or power line or whatever you call it, and you're not allowed to scrap stuff like that. You can actually be fined for it. So I'm gonna call them and ask them what they want me to do with it. Tell them it's in not that great of condition, obviously, because it's been in the water for a while. So I don't know. They might want it back though. So I'm gonna have to call Terra Electrics and ask them if I can scrap it. And then here's a chair. And of course, it's just the top back piece of it. The top and back piece of it. What is that? That was from a long time ago magnet fishing. Whoops. That has to go in trash, whatever that is. Alright. So now I'm going to go through what's trash and what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to put in for scrap. So this is trash because it's half of a pipe and it has porcelain on the inside. So I'm not going to sit there and bang out all the porcelain, break it all off so that I can scrap it. So that's trash. Then I got a sign, and the sign part was people put advertisements in the side of the road, or on the side of the road in the grass, and they stake it down in. But it's thin enough and rusted enough, I'm just going to trash it. Then I got a shopping cart wheel, some broken, busted up headphones that are missing the inside piece on one of them, and one of them it still has the inside piece, but whatever. It was attached to the bike, so I wonder if it was that girl's headphones and somebody stole them and threw the entire thing in there. Possibly. Then there was a socket that had something stuck in it, so I can't scrap it. There's a knockoff Snapple, and then an actual Snapple, and it says 248 years to orbit the sun once, Pluto. I'll say that again. Pluto takes 248 years to orbit the sun once. Alright, then I got a Heineken, and Bud Light, and then that's super dangerous and why you wear gloves. And I'll put gloves on to throw this stuff out too. And to put this in my bin over there for scrap. Yeah. Anyways, so that's a razor blade, from a woman's razor blade. Then I got this piece of spring, that piece of spring, and that long piece of spring. And it was all the same piece of spring, I think. Possibly, probably. It just broke apart. And then that is my first ever car key. And it's just to unlock and lock a button. It's not the actual key, but I'll count it as a win. I got my first car key. Then I got this spoon, and it's in the trash pile because I'm not going to cut the rubber off and take the time to do that just so that I can scrap it. So it's just going in trash. Oh yeah, and then the craziest trash find, probably the craziest thing I found. Somebody was using a cast net in the ditch. For what? Who knows? Maybe they were trying to catch some bait fish or something, but I got a cast net. And it just happened to get hooked around my magnet. There wasn't anything magnetic on it. Then I got this pole just a metal pole of some sort. And then this metal pole, a little bit more interesting. It has thread all the way down it and all the way up it. So who knows what it is used for, because it snapped off at the end, so we don't know what it is. Then this thing, that's just a chunk of metal, fork, and these are all scrap. I'll tell you what I'm gonna keep. And then this pull pipe thing, don't know exactly what it is. I think it's a socket, but I'm not quite sure. And then I think this is a socket too, but I'm not quite sure again. Anyways, then I got this metal ring right here. That's really cool. It's just a solid piece of metal. I'll pick it up because it's not all rusted. It looks like it just went in there. This is cool. That's a cool find. I know I'm so excited about a metal ring, but this is cool to find a metal ring like that. I was thinking, oh, if it fits me, I could wear it as like a ring and then say, oh, it's my magnet fishing ring, but it's a little bit too big. So anyways, then this chunk of metal, don't know what it is, obviously. Looks like it might be a clamp on this something, probably an automobile part of some sort, or a car if you don't want to say automobile. Anyways, so here's just like some type of bracket of some sort. And it's missing the piece that's here, so that's a carport. I know that's a carport, but can't think of what it is. It's just like a bracket that holds probably like the battery in it or something. Yeah. And then there's this metal ring right here that looks like it might have been a socket at one point in time, but a lot of stuff is broken. And this, my coolest find of the day. My first ever hammer. Now I'm gonna sand it and keep it as is. The wood is splitting, but and it's waterlogged, but you just tap out at the top. You just tap it out, and then boom, you got you a new hammer. But I don't know if anyone will actually fix it, so I'm just leaving it as in case of an emergency hammer. Then you'll have a hammer that'll actually work. And the state of this wood is good enough that once it dries out, you could just duct tape it and you have a excuse me, then you have like a DIY rigged hammer. Alright, let's see, did I miss anything? No, that's it. And then of course here's a look at my big finds again. That's so cool that I've pulled out 3 bikes now. This is my first girl's bike though, and this one isn't a mongoose. I think I pulled 2 mongooses out. This one's just like a Walmart cheapo one, but it's still cool. It's a BMX bike. I think this one is my first BMX bike, so yeah. And then that, again, I'll have to call Terry Electrics and I'll inform you if they said that I can just scrap it. Alright, see ya. Bye. Oh, hold on a second, sorry. Yeah, I got all this trash too while I was there. So there's just a bunch of trash in there. And then what I said was trash will just go in there too. There's a can. Put out my first food can. And then just bunches of bits and bobs of metal and a Bud Ice can that I didn't pull out. It was just there on the shore. Alright, well, see ya. I'll come back and let you know about that Terry Electrics, because that goes to a pole, electrical pole, or telephone pole, whatever. Alright, see ya.